Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing the high-grade Build Fighters Gundam Tryon 3. It is the kind of very special, unique mobile suit or Gundam from the Gundam Build Fighters Tri series. I think a lot of people really were excited when this thing showed up in the anime. I was definitely surprised. If I just saw this mobile suit without seeing the anime, I probably wouldn't be very inclined to buy it or build it at all. But I was really into it in the anime, so I thought it was really cool. In the series, it did some pretty cool stuff. The kit, I'm not quite sure about yet. I am very much looking forward to trying it anyway. I'm looking forward to just seeing what I think of it once I've actually built it. I'm not really a huge fan of the colors. I much prefer the Tryon 3, which is going to be that premium Bandai exclusive, that one that's black and gold. So I think whenever I go ahead and paint this, I'm going to paint it up in that black and gold color scheme. I think looks a lot better for this. This color scheme it has going now is just a little bit too childish for me personally, but that's just me. And anyway, before we get into this too, I also want to say that this kit was provided to me by a sponsor at hobby.ca. I was talking with him quite a bit, and he's a really cool guy who runs the shop there. You can find them on Facebook as well as just on their website, hobby.ca. I'll put a link to it there. Check them out because he's located up in Vancouver in Canada, so if you guys are living in Canada and looking for a good shop for where you want to shop online, I think he would be a really great shop to check out because he's really passionate about just trying to sell Gunpla at as low of price as possible because he just wants to share the hobby rather than just in it for a business of making money. And he's really helpful too, from what I've heard, for like a lot of customers and stuff when they have questions about something. He really tries to answer questions and help people out. So that's good for the community and good to support online sellers or shops like that are in it to try to help the community rather than just trying to make money. Nothing wrong with making money. Of course, they have to do that to continue what they're doing, but it's also good to just be passionate about what you're doing too. So that's good. Check out their shop. But anyway, that's enough about that. Just want to say thank you again to him for giving me this kit to build for you guys. This is out in 2015, just very recently released. So let's take a look around the box. So starting off here on the bottom, we have a little bit about the three different kind of robots that can combine to make the Tryon 3. This one is the Sora Tryon, the Umi Tryon, and the Riku Tryon. So like the bird, the lion or tiger, and the kind of manta right there. Then we have just some more gimmicks about the kit, about the cannons, and I guess the main cannon there on the chest, the very long sword. That's something that's going to be really cool about this kit, is that super long beam effect part for the sword. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what that looks like. And then just about the arm guards and the feet, the claws on the front of the legs are able to move and use those. And then I guess this is something about just the 3 on. I guess if you want to use 3 action bases, you can mount all of those separately. On both the sides, we're just getting the cover art again. It's a pretty cool cover. I do like it. This is number 38 in the series. One thing I do want to point out as we're looking at the cover art, I like the image of the face of the Gundam here, and I think from some images I've seen online of this kit, the head from the anime series and the actual head of the model kit do differ quite a bit, which is kind of disappointing, but I guess not a whole lot we can really do about that. Then moving on to the top of the box, there's just some pretty basic front and back looks at the kit when it's all put together. Then a bit about the Tryon 3 and Gundam Build Fighters story. And this kit retails for 2,800 yen. So a little bit expensive for a high grade, but as you can see, it's got a pretty big box here. So let's open it up and see what's inside. The first bag has our sticker sheet, which is really not all that big, not as big as I expected actually. And there's a couple of just normal beam saber effect parts there. Second bag is all blue parts, quite a bit of those. Third bag is a small one with just a couple of red and a couple of white parts there. Fourth bag, there's our huge beam effect parts and polycaps in there as well. Quite a lot of beam effects, that's pretty cool. Nice to see those. This is bag number 5. just some few blue parts there. Bag number 6, some more blue parts and some clear white poly caps. And finally bag number 7, just a bunch of yellow parts, a few more of those poly caps, red parts there. And then we have our instruction manual. Alright, so here's a look at the front of that. Standard for the HG Build Fighters series, just the box art there on the top and information there on the bottom, and a bit about the pilot there as well. On the back, here's just the same stuff we saw on the outside of the box, front and back view of the kit, a bit about the gimmicks, and the color guide. Looks like the 1-point technique is about using Gundam markers for painting small details. I advise not doing that. Just use a paintbrush and some enamel paints will be much better results, I think. So anyway, and then there's a few other kits in the lineup there. Kind of interesting color guide, very basic colors. I think you're probably not going to have to do a whole lot of color mixing there. So, but that's pretty boring. Here in the customized plan, of course, this kit is coming. The majority of this kit is coming from the Double Zeta Gundam. And then just a little bit more about the docking once again. And okay, then let's go around to the parts list. So here on the parts list, there's a lot of X's here on these first half of the runners here. A lot of X's, and so that means that, as I expected, a lot of these runners are going to be recycled from the Double Zeta Gundam. For a kit that looks so different on the outside, I mean, I guess a lot of it looks different, but I guess that could just be just the color scheme as well. But anyway, it looks quite different from the Double Zeta Gundam, but they are actually using a lot of the same parts, so a little bit disappointing, I guess, that we didn't get more new parts, but I guess I'll have to see how it actually comes together. If it comes together well and it works fine, then no complaints from me, but just have to see. For the construction, it's going to go with the body first, and the head there, just one little bit there about the head. About the head, just quickly, before we get to the runners, when I get to the runners I'll see for sure, but someone said that you do actually get the other V-fin that comes with the Tryon 3, the one that's going to be the black and gold Premium Bandai exclusive, has a different V-fin, but someone said that you get that V-fin with this kit as well. So that means it's just on the same runner. I'm not sure. I'll just have to see when I go and look at the runners, but I hope so because I do like the other V-fin better. But we'll just have to see. Then we're moving on to the arm. I'm also interested to see if we're going to be building the 3 separate units separately or the body. Looks like we're building the body all together, then separating it. Anyway, there's the arm, and about the arms, right arm, left arm, putting the top half of the body together, then moving on to the legs, right leg, left leg, then onto putting that together, then onto the backpack, putting the backpack all together, and then all of that, and then how to put the sword together, and then putting all the parts together on there to make the sword. And then let's see, is that it? Oh no, I knew there had to be at least a couple other pages here. We've got 2 color pages here this time, and it's mostly going to be just about how to transform the kit. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of pulling apart, and there's how to make the lion, and then how to make the manta, and then how to make the bird. Looks like the most complicated, and maybe some part swapping and a lot of kind of moving parts around on there. And that's pretty much it. I think that was then later wrapped up on this. You can also make the core fighter there if you want to. But like I said, I think we're going to have a lot of extra parts, so I'm a little bit curious to find out what all we are actually going to be able to make from this kit other than just the Tryon 3. So let's go ahead and take a look at the runners. Okay, first up to bat is the foil stickers, and like I said, it's a lot on there, but it's actually a little bit less than I expected. I expected a little bit more than that. These are going to still be pretty annoying, I think. I'm really not going to enjoy putting a lot of these on, especially on the lion on the chest, the lion's face there. But I'm going to try to put all of them on for you guys. A little bit interesting, this one, how it looks like it's got like a human figure inside of there. I can't think of where that one goes except for inside the lion's mouth, I believe. But we'll just have to see, because I don't remember at the moment and I don't want to look it up. Then we have these SB1. These are the standard 1/100 scale beam effect parts for a beam saber. So kind of cool that we get these, and kind of interesting that they're the larger 1/100 scale ones that are coming with this. But of course, if you remember, the Double Zeta Gundam has very, very large beam sabers, so I guess that's why we're getting these. Here's our polycap runner, PC123. It's pretty large, pretty standard for larger high-grade kits. So yeah, there's that. Then we do also get two of these little runners. This is what, PC7. These are in that kind of transparent clear white color, so these are going to be going in the kit as well. Then starting off with the A runner. Now, as I mentioned, this kit is going to be recycling a lot of parts from the Double Zeta Gundam, the HGUC Double Zeta Gundam. So this is the first runner from the Double Zeta Gundam. This is a kit from 2010, so it's now 5 years old, but it could be a lot older, so hopefully I've never built that kit, so I'm not sure like how dated exactly it is, but I'm assuming the construction of it is pretty good, as 5 years is really not that old. So anyway, here's the A runner. A lot of yellow parts here for the vents, 2 black parts there, and the rest is just in this kind of just very straight kind of royal blue color there. The B runner, once again, is from the Double Zeta Gundam, so still going to be a lot of parts on here that we're probably not going to be using this time around, but this is all red, and here you can see some parts for the core fighter, I believe, there, so, and then just a lot of other armor parts. These shoulder parts, I guess we're going to be using those as well, so there's the B runner. And the C runner is still a bunch more red parts, and we're still from the Double Zeta Gundam, so nothing new yet. And this runner looks to be missing a large part there. I guess that was a lot of all parts that we didn't need for this kit, so they just omitted that quarter of this runner. But anyway, I'm sure there's still going to be plenty of parts on this runner that we're not going to be using. Here's the D runner. It's a little bit smaller one and still from the Double Zeta Gundam. Just a handful of parts here in blue, including the part for the head there. You can see if I bring the focus a little bit closer for you. It's upside down too, but there's the parts for the, looks like 2 parts for the head. One interesting thing about this blue is that it is a different color blue from the blue we saw before. Here's the A plate again. You can see this blue is a little bit more pale when this blue is a little bit darker. So we do have 2 different shades of blue there. That's pretty cool. Here's the E runner, and we do have 2 of these. These are going to be just more of the lighter of the blue colors. So going to be a lot of extra parts on here, I'm sure. And once again, this is from the Double Zeta Gundam, so still nothing new yet. And here's the F runner. This is the last runner from the Double Zeta Gundam, so everything after this is going to be new. But this is just once again in that same darker of the blue colors, so the darker blue that we saw in the A runner. Just some of the kind of joint parts there, looks like mostly, and that are going to be going inside, so I'm guessing we're probably going to be using the majority of these. And here we have the G runner. This is the first runner that we've got from the new Gundam Tryon 3, so as you can see there by the big lion's face there in the center. And up here we have the new V-fin, and in this space next to it you can see that's probably the space where the V-fin for the Tryon 3 will go, that it turns out we are not getting with this kit, so whoever told me that, you're wrong, and to anyone else who was hoping to get that with this kit, you're not going to. So I'm guessing if you do want that other V-fin, you're probably going to have to get the Premium Bandai exclusive. So kind of a shame, but I guess if you wanted to modify this one or just totally scratch build it, it wouldn't be too hard. Anyway, there's a look at the lion's face there. Runner H is just back to that lighter blue color, and here you can see we've got parts for like the big sword handle and big parts for the side of the bird's head, and then I'm guessing that's a new face part there and just a couple other new parts. Here's the eye runner, pretty small, just 4 parts there. Looks like this is a new part for the chest. This is for that Manta's face part. I'm not sure if that's going to actually be going in the kit or not, the Gundam, and maybe when you transform it you take that off. And then a couple of new joint parts there. The J runner, our only white parts for this kit are going to be new thigh pieces, upper arm pieces, a faceplate, and then I think those are also upper arm pieces as well. Runner K is just our very large beam effect part for that big giant bird head beam sword. Just to give you guys a look at how long this is, I brought in my ruler here. In centimeters, it's going to be something like 17 centimeters. In inches, that's just about 7 inches long, so it's pretty big. Then the L runner is just a few more new blue parts here. A big hand for, I guess that's the assisting hand for the left hand for holding the sword. And then a new right hand there as well. Looks like just a closed fist baby. And finally, last but definitely not least, we have runner EF1. I guess that's maybe Effect 1, I'm guessing is what that's going for. Yes, after reading the Japanese it says Effecto 01. So these are the effect parts that we're getting for this. I was wondering if these were the same parts used in the previous kit, so I wanted to check the year on this, and this is 2013. Yeah, so these are the effect parts that were used for what the Build Strike, what was it? I believe, I don't remember exactly. Yeah, I think it was the Build Strike, right? I'm not sure. But anyway, I think, yeah, these are recycled from there, I believe, although I could be wrong. I haven't checked that, and that is not a kit that I was ever interested in, so I'm not sure. If I'm wrong on that, just let me know in the comments below. I'm sure someone already has by this point. So that is going to do it for the unboxing of the HG Gundam Tryon 3. Once again, thank you to Gundam hobby.ca for sending me this kit. I'm really looking forward to snapping this up tomorrow, and then I'll get you guys the review as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, and leaving any questions and comments in the area below. I'll be looking forward to hearing your guys' corrections to some of the things I said about this kit. I'm sure there were some mistakes because, as I said, this is not a kit that I really did too much homework on because it wasn't a big favorite of mine, but it is something I'm definitely looking forward to getting snapped together. I'm sure once it's all together and I'm able to do a little bit of customizing maybe with some of the extra double Zeta parts, it's definitely going to be a pretty cool kit once it's all painted up. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon in the review.